Good morning. In this video, I am going to read the book Moby Dick by Herman Melville. Introduction. Captain Ahab hates Moby Dick, the white devil, because the lost a leg to the white whale in a fight. Now Ahab, the captain of a whaling ship, can only think of one thing. He has to find Moby Dick and kill him. Many of the other sailors on the ship don't know about their captain's plan. Ishmael is a young sailor, and this his first whaling job. He had and his new friend, Quaking, sailed with Captain Ahab on this exciting and dangerous trip. Also on the ship are Starbuck, Stab, and other whalers from different countries. Will they find Moby Dick? What will happen next? Herman Melville was born in 1819 in New York City. His father died when Herman was 12. There was no money after that, so from the age of 15, Herman has to work. He had many jobs. He worked in a bank and he was a school teacher. Then he began working on ships. Uh, He left New York in 1841 on his first whaling ship, the Acushnet. Herman loved the ocean, but whaling was a very hard life. He left the ship after 18 months, but his life on the Acushnet gave him ideas for Moby Dick and other stories. He sailed back to the United States in 1844 and wrote books about his exciting life on the ocean. People loved them and they sold well. In the 1847, he married and bought a farm. He began to write Moby Dick in 1815, but people didn't like it as much as his early books. Herman Melville moved back to New York in 1863 and died there in 1891. Now people around the world know the story of Captain Ahab and the white whale Moby Dick. Some people say that it is the book in the English language. Chapter 1. My story begins. He is out there in the ocean, but he is here too in my dreams. Always in my dreams, he will never leave me. He is wetter than the first beautiful snow in winter, wetter than the star in the sky on warm summer's night. But he breaks only that He is Moby Dick, the white whale. My name is, and this is my story. I am a sailor and I work on different ships. I love my life in ocean. It's something dangerous but never boring. I feel sad when I am not on a ship. One November day I thought I want to work on a whaling ship. Why did I want to be a whaler? I can tell you the life of a whaler is very dangerous. The men are away from their homes and family for years. Many never come back. Their wives wait at home. They stand and look at the ocean with sad eyes, but I wanted to visit exiting the place and I went to see the whales. The first American whalers sailed from the town of Nantucket, so I went there too. I arrived on a cool, dark night and looked for a room. I was tired, so I went into the first people and first place. The men inside drank and talked loudly. A large man with a red face stood behind the bar. Do you have a room for tonight? I asked him. Our rooms are full, he said. The men are here for the whale ships. I'll have to put you in a room with cooking. Then he smiled and looked around at the other men who was cooking. Where is he? I asked. Oh, he's Waller. He's out now, but he'll be back later, said the man. Then he smiled again, and the other man laughed loudly. I didn't understand, but I was very tired, so I went to the room and got into bed. I fell asleep very quickly. A noise outside the door woke me up. I opened my eyes, but I didn't speak. The door opened and a man came in. It was dark, so I couldn't see him well. Then he lit a fire in the fireplace. When I saw him in the light of the fire, I sat up. He was a huge man and very ugly. He had black lines over his face and body and almost no hair on his head. He wore a strange skirt and no other clothes. The huge man suddenly jumped onto my bed. Help! I shouted, help! The barman ran in, stopped kicking. Did this man wants a bed for tonight? He's sleeping here. Then he turned to me. This kicking. The fitness while on the ocean. Don't be afraid. Afraid he won't hurt you. He laughed and left us. After he left, we were very cute. I'm sorry, I said. I too. Cooking said his English was slow and careful. We began to talk and then couldn't stop. Clicking and listened to my life story and I listened to his he came from Cocoboko a long way away in the Pacific Ocean. He had a good life because his father was an important man, but Clocking wanted to see the world, so he left his home and sailed away his small but a whaling ship found him and gave him word. Cooking was strong and quick, so he was a fine whaler now. He never went home. When the morning came, we were great friends. Waking stop up and shouted, You will find us a whaling ships today. You and I will sail around the world and do you know something? He was quaking because he could see the future. I learning this later. He was a strange and wonderful new friend. Chapter 2. We found our ship. That morning I looked around knocked for a good whaling ship. I stopped looking when I saw the people. It was tall and strong. Its wood was dark from many years on the Will Ocean. I went onto the ship. A man sat at a table with a big book in front of him. He wore a long black coat and a big black hat. He didn't smile. This is a fine ship and I want to go whaling with you. Where do I write my name, Captain? I asked happily. I am not so, Captain. Captain Hat is sick. He's down below. I am Starbuck. Are you Waller? Be asked. No, no, but I am good sailor. I answered. You can ask the captains of my other ships. I'm not interested in your captain and your ships. He said sailing is not whaling. While whaling he has a life. You'll be away from home for many years. The work is difficult. You have to be strong and fast and it's very dangerous. I want to learn and I want to see the world. I said, Oh, you'll see the world and you'll see more good and bad, some very bad things. He looked at me for a minute, then he spoke again. I'll tell you about whaling captain. A hat has only one leg. Do you know well because a whale took his other leg, a huge whale took off it off. I said nothing. What could I say? So you want to be a whaler and captain a half ship? Can you look into the age of whale? Can you stand in front of its huge mouth and throw your harpoon? I can and I will. I sure it. I am not afraid. I am good sailor. You see, this is my life, and I. Uh, he stopped me and turned the big book around. Write your name here. He said. His age were tired. Thank you. You won't be sorry. I said. Don't forget for my word, he answered. I have a friend, he's a good welder. I said, we'll see, bring him tomorrow, say Starbucks cooking, and I went to the Pickwood the next day. The man on the ship laughed at his huge, ugly man. Cooking didn't say anything. He looked down at the water from the ship. Then he turned and spoke to the man. Do you see the bird? He asked. The man looked, but they couldn't see anything. There sighed quick. The man looked carefully this time and saw a small dead bird a long way away on the water. That bird is a whale's age. Die quickly. He threw his harpoon and hit the bird. Now, well, is that? He said. The man worked quickly was better than every other man on the ship, and so the Pickwood had two new whalers. We went to our room and got our things, and Holman stopped. He was on the street before we got back. The Pickwood. Are you sailing with Captain Ahad? Do you know him? He asked. Yes, we were sailing with him. He's sick now, but we'll meet him later. I answered, sick. He shouted, yes, he's a sick man. He's the devil. Who are you? I asked. I, Aliyah. He answered, why do you say this about Captain Ahad? Men say that he's a good welder. He's now the ocean. They're right. Answered the man quickly. Then his age turned big and well, but he's the devil. I said with him. I know. And his men are the devil helpers. Look at the strangely. Look, he only has one leg. Do you know Captain Ahab's stories? I suddenly felt afraid. Of course we do. We do. I say I turned too quickly. Come, my friend. I said, let's leave this crazy old man, and we went quickly to a ship. We sailed on Christmas morning. Captain Ahab didn't come up and meet the whalers, but very night we heard him. He walked up and down. One night we heard Starbuck speak. Please, Captain, stop. You are waking your men up. No, I can't sleep. So many men won't sleep. They can think of walls in the turbines that wells that tear up their job. Shouted Captain Ahab. I thought of Elijah's words. The devil helpers were the men on the Pickwick Devils. There was unhappy Starbuck. Ten Tinter was stupid. He was very different. He was always level-head and all-time funny stories. For my bed, I looked around at my neighbors, Bildad, Tastego, Dagu, Flask, Mantman, and the other waters. They were from many different countries and had interesting stories. They weren't weren't all good men, but they weren't devils. Who were Captain Ahab devils? Chapter 3 Captain Ahab's Story. For 3 weeks, Captain Ahab studied below. Then one day, suddenly, he was there in front of us. He was a thin man, but he was strong. He had a hard face with lines on it from years of sun and wind. His hair was gray and well, his clothes were black. Then I said, so his white, well-worn leg and an ugly white line ran down from the top of his dead head. Did it go down to his feet? Whoa, or what did that do him? What fight did he lose so badly? He stopped and looked at us with angry age. What do you do when you see a whale? He suddenly shouted, "Shoot, sir," answered the man. Good. Look at this. He should. His son, I want one whale, a white whale. One of you will see this well first that a man will get this world with stud quietly. Wallers don't make much money. We talked about the gold. We could buy a lot of nice things with it. You know him when you see him, said Captain Ahab. He's the biggest whale in the oceans. I saw this whale. Say quick to me. He is a mountain, very big, very strong. I put my arm on him, got away. I have to find this whale. I will find him. Should it, Captain Ahab? Are you talking about Moby Dick? Asked Tastego. Yes, answered Captain Ahab. Moby Dick took your leg, said Starbuck quickly. Captain Ahab shouted angry at Starbucks. Yes, he took leg, he took half of me. Now I am half a man, and Moby Dick will pay for this. I'll follow him to South America, to Africa. I'll follow him to the end of the world. I'll see that he turned to the other waters. Are you with me, men? Yes, they shouted. They were excited. They saw the gold. They shouted and loudly. Only Starbucks stood quietly. His face was as dark as the sky before it rains. What's your problem? Captain Ahab asked him angrily. He smiled. It's too dangerous. It's that problem. I am not afraid. Dangerous work. Dangerous hits the problem. I am not afraid of dangerous work, answered Starbuck, but I work while oil a fight wheels of the oil for money. You hate this well. How much oil will that bring you? How much money? When I kill Moby Dick, I'll be rich in her, shouted Captain Ahab, and he ate his booty with his hat turned and started to walk away. Are you going to follow this animal because it won't fight with you? It's crazy. Showed the Starbucks when he heard this captain had turning on his well-bone leg. Uh, he was very angry now, and he shouted in Starbucks' face, "This world is evil. Do you understand? While is the color of ice, and ice takes a strong ships down underwater. What is the color of a man's age when he can't see? White is the color of that man. White is evil and this well is evil. He's lonely at me. I'll only be free when this evil is dead. The color, the color left Starbucks face. Um, he was the loser of this fight, and Captain had a new is it. He turned to the men again. Drink. That Moby Dick. He shouted. The men put their armors up hip and shouted too. Then they drank and danced. Later that same night, the men were asleep and the ship was killed. I was outside with Pip, the lake cook boy. We had to put water out for the next day whaling. Listen, say Pip, can you hear that? I heard men. The whalers were at the other end of the ship. Oh, there was nobody there. I don't hear anything, I said. Now listen, said Pip. There are men below us, 5 or 6 of 10. Can you hear them? It's ocean. Pete, it's playing games with you. I answered. I have good heart, said Pip. He was angry with me and walked away. I watched him go. Then I sat and looked up at the stars. I dreamed of the well. I'm dreaming of gold. Chapter 4. Our first whale. Well, shouted Stego from the top of the ship. Well, Captain Ahab came quickly, get the board. He shouted. The whale sent a shower of water up into the sky. Suddenly, 5 men came up from below and stood by Captain Ahab. Their faces were dark and they had long black hair. They wore strange white pants and no shirts or shoes. One of the men was older, he was dark and only had one tooth. He wore a strange white hat so we couldn't see his hair, his black age. I looked only at Captain Ahad. These were Captain Ahad devils. Fidala, Fidala, go! Captain Ahad shouted to his men. 3 small bullets went down into the water. Captain Ahad's men came to in their boat. His men were strong and their boat quickly sailed in front of ours. I turned to Pip. I understand now. These are the men. You heard them speaking before. I told you. Pip shouted back. Stop talking and drown. Shouted stood from the back. Do you think think this is a tea party. Stop always shouted at us, but we were never afraid of him. He always had a smile on his face. Starbucks was the captain of our small boat. He didn't talk to us, but we heard him say quickly, Who are those men? What's Captain Ahab doing? Captain Ahab shouted to his boat from the Pigwood, but his men only had heard for Fidela. Their age, their age never left Fidela's face, and their boat went faster and faster. This was my first whale. My maybe whale killed it. Uh, it thought I was exited. Every whaler was exited, but why weren't we afraid? Because our heads were full of money, all gold. The sky suddenly turned dark with rain, but we didn't go back. We have time. We can kill a whale before the heavy rain comes, said Starbuck. Quickwood stood really with his harpoon in the front of our boat. Suddenly the whale was there again. It came up out of the water under our boat. Men and harpoons went everywhere. Then the heavy rain came. In minutes our boat was full of water. Strong winds took our sails down. The whale left us and swam down into the dark water. After some time, the wind stopped. We waited, and they turned to night. We couldn't see anything. Where we were, where were we? Where were the others' boats? The men weren't angry with Starbucks. The weather can play games with the best sailors. More hours came and went. We were wet, tired, and afraid. Then we saw a large black thing in the water. Was it the whale again? No, no, it was the pickle, but the men couldn't see us. It's going to hit us, shouted Stubb. We jumped into the ocean and began to shout for help. When the men of the Pequod heard us, they put ropes down. Then they helped us onto the ship. The other men were there, Captain Ahab's men too. They turned back when they didn't see the way well. Chapter 5. The Albatross and the Salmon Enderby. We fought and killed many whales after that first night, but our work didn't finish when we killed them. We then had to climb down onto the dead whale and cut off the fat. We had to work quickly because sharks came for the whale meat. Sharks could eat a whale in one night, and some of these whales were almost a, a, as big as our ship. we cut of large squares of fat and pulled the squares onto the ship. This was a long, hard job. It was also dangerous because sharks swam around us when then cooked the fat and made oil. When the oil was ready, we put it into barrels. Oil gave us light and made us warm. We could sell it people around the world. Oil was our money, but did this make Captain happy? No, the money wasn't important to him. He only thought about Moby Dick. He could only hate. He stood for hours of the ship and in the rain, in the snow, and looked at the ocean when other ships went past. He didn't hesitate. How are you? Do you want help? He only asked, did you see the white whale? One day we met the albatross. It was on its trip home after 4 long years on the ocean. The ship and its warlords looked ready for home. The men were tired and thin, with large angry eyes. The wind was strong that day, so the albatross couldn't come near us, but the captain put his hand up and smiled. Captain Ahad shouted from the picket, did you see the wild whale? The captain shouted his answer, but the wind carried his word away. Captain had put his hand behind his hair, but he couldn't hear the captain. Ah, this wind! He shouted, listen! The people at home were sailing around the world. Will bring back the teeth of the evil whale. Starbuck stood and watched Captain Hut. He's forgetting his wife and child at home, he said to me. Wife and child? I asked, did Captain Hut really have a family? Oh yes, his family is waiting for him, said Starbuck, and my family is waiting for me every day. My wife, Mary, takes our son to the beach. They look at the ocean. They hope that they'll see ourselves one day. I talked about the other men on our ship, how many of these men had families. Had families? What did they leave behind when they went on the whaling ship, waiting for Tim? Nobody's waiting for me. I thought I want a wife and child. I like to go home to them. Day after day, nothing changed. Captain had always asked other ships about the wild whale. Some captains knew about Moby Dick, so loudly at Captain had Moby Dick is only a water story. Nothing more, they said. That one day we met the summer under by the ocean was kid and the Captain Boomer who came onto our ship. He was a friendly man and smiled at us. He only had on one arm. Did Moby Dick take your arm? Captain Ahab asked excitedly. Yes, I lost my arm to the white whale. The captain answered. Captain Ahab face light up. He was happy. He was happy. Come with me. The white devil will pay for your arm and my leg. He shouted happily. Oh, oh no! I can't do that. The captain answered. One arm is better than no arms or legs. I want my life. I want my life. I think I'll leave Moby Dick in the ocean. Let him, shouted Captain Ahad. He turned his back to Captain Boomer for a minute. Then he turned around. He shouted at him. Get off my ship, you are afraid. I am not afraid. I'll find Moby Dick. I'll look him in the eye. I'll kill him. I'll, I'll kill him. The smile left Captain Boomer's face. I hope for you and for your men that you never find Moby Dick. And without another word, he left our ship. Thank you, Miss.